Check this out. We're going to be installing this bull bar on this 2020 Ram 1500. We've done these before. We did one of these recently on a Toyota Tundra. This one's made by Rough Country. It's a little bit different. These are all the tools that I used for the install: a 1/2" impact gun, a 3/8 impact gun, a 18mm socket, a 1/2" socket or a 13mm socket, some extensions, a ratchet, 18mm wrench, 13mm wrench, and an air saw. If you need any tools, I will link these in the description, either these exact ones or something comparable. One of the things we're going to start with is this bracket. This happens to be the driver's side, and this one's the passenger side. In the instructions, they want you to take this shield off, this lower air dam. Now, it also says make sure you don't take this one off. This is the electrically controlled air dam. This comes down at different speeds to change the wind direction. But to get this air dam off, there's all these fasteners all around the thing. It's kind of a pain. And in the end, they're just gonna have you cut it and put it back on. So I'm gonna take, instead of doing that, I'm gonna actually hold the bracket up. So the bracket's gonna go right there. I'm just gonna trim this before. Just mark it with a marker and then trim it down, instead of taking the whole air dam off. So this is about what you want. You can clean this up to make it a little bit prettier. I'll just round those edges over a little bit right there. So that'll work. Now there is plenty of room in here to get your hands. You have to take these two bolts out, right there and right there. Take those out, and you have to loosen this bolt up over here. Right there. Loosen that bolt up because one of the brackets is going to go underneath there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Before we put the bracket up, we have this stud attached to a bracket that's going to go behind here. Gonna go through there. Then you've got this little washer that you can try to push on there. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. Now we'll line that bracket up. It goes over the stud. There's a washer, a lock washer, and then the bolt. You can go back in the factory holes. And there's the bottom bolts. Those are in. I'm just gonna leave those loose. And then on the stud, you can put the nut, lock washer. Now we're going to loosen that bolt up. Loosen that up. Now take this bracket, it's going to slide underneath that bolt. Take another one of the nuts with the washer lock washer. It's gonna go right here. And on the other side, put a washer, a lock washer, and a nut. Just gonna snug this up a little bit. I'm not gonna tighten it down completely. Just get it close. Still a little bit loose. I'm gonna do the same with the other side and then get ready for the bull bar. If you want to know roughly where this cut was for where that bracket goes, there's a little push tab right there, and that's about 6 inches away from where you should make the first cut, at least on this vehicle, so double check that. So on the other side, I'm just gonna start at the 6-inch mark, make my first cut there, and then just cut over to about there. All right, to make this easier, it might be better to have a helper with you. Just line this up. Then take a bolt and a washer. And on the inside, the washer, then the lock washer, and then a nut. So with all the hardware in, you can make your adjustments if you want to have this up a little bit more. Obviously, you don't want it hitting the bumper. So we'll just make that, we'll snug that up right around there. And then once all those are snug, then I will tighten the rest of the brackets down and then tighten these up a little bit more. Alright, so it's just barely snugged up. One of the tricks I did with the last bull bar that I did was take a level, just make sure the truck's level first. So you can get a jack under one side of the truck and just raise the truck up, just so the truck is level. Once the truck's level, and put the level on the bull bar and you can level it out. Make your adjustments that way. Oh, there it is. So I tightened that down and it looks great. I did take the OEM plate bracket off the vehicle, and there is an area where you can put some plate screws right there, and it comes with those screws. But overall, it looks pretty good. Not too hard of a job. And if you want this bull bar, there'll be a link in the description. Thanks for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it and it helped you out, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out some of my other videos. I do a couple other installs on this truck as well as some other vehicles. Thanks.